So parts of Johannesburg will be without water as Rand Water carries out 58 hours of maintenance work from tomorrow. Residents are urged to stock up on water ahead of the shutdown. Nqobile Madlala is following developments for us and she's standing by with an update. So Nqobile, this maintenance work will end 14 hours later than initially communicated. I guess from now on, it's all about what residents can do to stock up.
Well, yes, in fact, when we were speaking to the MMC in Johannesburg, he was telling us also that they are encouraging people to make sure that they do stock up, but all not at once, of course, just to give each other time to sort of get some water. But we do know that some parts are going to be affected differently to others. We know that the northern and the southern parts, he said, will be the areas that will be greatly affected. So where we are is an area that is especially going to be mostly affected. So I'm going to bring in the councillor to speak to us about that impact. And I mean, I can imagine that already your residents in this area are bracing themselves for this maintenance.
Yes, they are, because everybody's inquiring and wanting to know, are they affected, how long are they going to be affected. They've also been encouraged to store water and stack up water. I've been warning them. I said we've got to be proactive already more than a week, because we don't want them to rush for water at the last minute.
And this area is one of the areas that is going to be mostly affected. Tell us how that's going to work, and has there been any communication with regards to when will you start being affected?
Okay, well, we're meant to go off at 1900 hours tomorrow evening. I'm thinking they're going to close the valves earlier down the system, because they want to start working from 1900 hours. So it'll physically get worse from this area up. That'll get, if the first areas are down here, that'll be without water, and then it'll come right up to the towers, and then they have been communicated with. I've told them a week ago. I've been proactively warning them, giving them suggestions, plans. We've got boreholes, we've got tankers, we've got water JoJos in different areas. I'm communicating with them this morning. I've gone and confirmed that there are JoJos in certain areas already, and the specific area is getting 2 JoJos.
And I mean, why is this area mostly affected?
Because it's a direct feed from the water tower, which is the last in line from the Eikenhof substation that's going to be down, and that's going to be down for the full 58 hours, plus getting the water back. So we're looking at plus minus 6, 7, 8 days without water, and that's no water. We haven't got a partial shutdown, we've got a full shutdown here, because they're tying in the pipes. So I think it's B19 and B28 is going to be tied in at Eikenhof.
And I mean, I'm sure the residents can stock up, yes, but if you're saying that you're looking at more days to come, that would mean that they need more water then.
Yes, that is definitely so. So I'm thinking people are going to run out. I'm hoping people are going to be using boreholes and systematically. What I want to avoid is having a bottleneck or a rush at places. So if you plan your life and you can do it, and it's also very difficult because some people are at work when the water tankers are here. So that's why we opted for a few JoJos, so that you can come and do it after work. So we might miss you in the morning and then you don't have water. Then you have to go and buy water, or you have to go and stand at a queue at boreholes. I must say the community, and this community, and even the Robertsham community, have opened all their boreholes to us, so we're helping. There is other tankers, little small JoJos or things coming in, which we're going to be doing door to door to people, and we've also got 3 old age homes in the area. That is my concern. I've got a JoJo at one of the old age homes. We'll have to get a tanker. The problem is something live on a double story. Elderly people got to carry 25 liters. Luckily, me and my team will be out there trying to assist these elderly people.
And how are you assuring businesses here? Because I'd imagine areas like the butchery would need a lot of water, like especially areas which would do things like nails, laundromats, you know, those kind of areas that use a lot of water. How are you speaking to those businesses? How are you going to help them?
Well, the best I can do, and which I say is totally inefficient. You know, Joburg Water thinks that the answer is tankers. I mean, if I said to you my area that you're looking at is plus minus, could be 30 square kilometers. I mean, from, let's say, the bottom of Boyson's Reserve right up until Suideroord, which is nearly Glenanda. How do you service this area with tankers? I mean, how many elderly people are there? How many people can't walk and carry the thing? So the businesses, you know what, they have to have a contingency plan. I'm hoping they've stored water in bulk containers. I'm hoping some have bought JoJo's, some have bought 250-litre drums which they can use. I'm not sure how the laundromat is handling the thing. I'm thinking of small businesses like guys who do car washes. How are they going to cope without water? You know, where are they going to get water? It's not like they have the luxury of saying, come and deliver 500 litres at my house. So it hurts everybody, especially the small businessman who's earning out a mere living and now is going to be affected for, let's call it worst case scenario, 14, 15, 16 days. It's terrible.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. That is Councillor Stuart Murray. We are in the south, Dudu, and like he's saying, his area is expected to be affected more, he's saying, because they're directly getting the water from Aikenhof, which means that they won't be getting water immediately as well once it's open, so it's very difficult for them. But a big worry, though, for those small businesses that need water, how they're going to survive for that long. But of course, there is hope that 58 hours plus the added hours that they've already added, that it'll only stay there and that it won't go far beyond that.
We live in hope. Thank you very much, Nqobile Madlala.